Hello, beautiful people. This is Tanya. Okay, so I'm going to try my hand at pickling sausages again, but this time I'm just going to use the Circle B because I do like Circle B. And here's what the recipe, the previous recipe, which I will link in the description, calls for 3 cups of distilled vinegar, 1 cup of water, and 3 teaspoons or 1 tablespoon of pickling spice, which is what I use. Now I use the ball, but since I'm not doing 3 jars, I'm just going to do 1 jar. I will be doing everything in thirds. So I have 1 jar. I'm using 1 cup of vinegar, 1/3 cup of water, and 1 teaspoon of pickling spice. So, but also in the previous video, I did onions in this jar, and I made 3 different types. I did the garlic, ranch, and mustard. Okay, I believe the ranch and the mustard were the ones that I liked the most. I can't remember. But anyway, y'all know how I feel about garlic. So I'm going to give the garlic one another try. And so what I'm planning on doing is, instead of doing garlic powder or garlic granules like I did before, I'm going to put garlic in there. So I'm going to put some actual garlic in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to infuse the vinegar and water with the garlic. So as it heats up, I'll be putting the garlic in there so it can infuse the liquid as well as the pickle spices. And I'm going to add the onions in there too. So I'm just going to put everything in there together, basically. And then, like I said, I chopped, before I cut my sausages in half, I believe, or in thirds. But this time I'm going to leave them whole. Now what I am going to do is maybe poke some holes in them because I want the brine to get into them. Even though they're going to have to sit for about a week, maybe 2 weeks, I still want the brine to get inside them. So I think I'll probably take a fork and just prick some holes in them. You don't have to do that. That's just what I'm doing. Okay? So let me go ahead and get this together. Get my brine together. And I will bring you back. Because like I said, we just talked, this is basically a dump method. And I'm just heating this on top of the stove. Okay? In my little saucepan. So I'll be back once I get this together, and then we're ready to pour this in the jars. Now remember, we're pickling. We're not canning. So with pickling, you don't have to worry about head space and all that stuff. You just have to have a jar big enough to put what you want to put in it, and you need a lid to put it on, put on top of it. And again, pickling, you have to let it set for a while so that it can actually do what you want it to do. All right, so I'll see you back in a little bit. Okay, so I decided to bring you back. And what I have in here, again, is a cup of vinegar, a 1/3 cup of water. I put in a heaping teaspoon of pickling season, and a tablespoon of minced onions. That's what I have in here. And I'm just letting it heat up. And once it starts to get hot, then I'll put the garlic in there so the garlic can infuse the water as well. All right, didn't take that long to start boiling. I don't know if you can see it down in the bottom here or not, but it's boiling. That didn't take it long at all. See how it's smoking? And I had a thing, I looked in the refrigerator, and I had a thing in there with some garlic that was left over that apparently we didn't use. And it's like garlic water food. Anyway, I'm putting that in there. Can't help but to give it some extra flavor. That's what I say. And I am still going to add a heaping tablespoonful of garlic. Again, like I said, I like garlic. If you don't like garlic, you don't use that much. But since I like garlic, that's what I'm going to do. Just heating it through and letting the garlic infuse the liquid. It smells real garlicky. And I did poke some holes, like I said I would, in the sausage. Okay, see now I can't stir it down. All right, now we can turn it off. Let me get it off here. And see what we're looking like. So, because I kept them whole, let me bring you up. Oops. Because I kept them whole, I could only get, well, I could have gotten 6 in here, but I wanted to leave that space open. Because I wanted to give it enough room for the brine to get all the way around everything. And we're just going to pour this in here. Trying to cover it. At least cover it. And that's how simple that is. Now, I guess you could have waited till the brine cooled off. But I'm just gonna let it sit out here on the countertop until it comes to room temperature. If I can get the top on it. Come on. That's close anyway. No, that's not even close. This jar is getting warm, y'all. We're going to just let it sit with that on top of it for right now. But you see, I still have a little bit of garlic and everything left. But there's quite a bit in there, too. Let me turn it around so you can see. See? It's quite a bit of garlic in there. And then, like I said, I used that garlic water was left. So, it should have, hopefully, fingers crossed, it should have that garlic flavor that I'm looking for. But anyway, so I'm going to let this sit on the stove until it cools. Once it cools, then I will put it in the refrigerator. And we'll let it sit in the refrigerator for 2 weeks at least. Then I take it out. I'll have some pickled sausage. Now, again, you can eat it in a week's time. I have heard people say they done it within a week. But the longer you let it sit, the better it tastes, I've found. So that's why I'm saying 2 weeks. But you do whatever you want to do. But at least a week you need to let it sit in the refrigerator, untouched, undisturbed. Okay? So thanks for watching. Oh, I will link the original video in the description so you can go back and see step by step how I did it before. But like I said, I'm just trying it and boosting up the seasoning and see if it gives it more of a flavor for me. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and leave a legacy. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.